open up the garage. I'm your lead mechanic, Mr. Mech. I'd like to welcome all of y'all to the session. Get your coveralls, get your tool belt. Let's get this thing on the rack and see where we at. Do me a solid. If you enjoy the hip hop convo, hit them likes, hit the subs. That's how you show your boy love. Hit the likes, hit the shares. So people know how we do it around here. And let's get into this, man. The J. Cole interview. So many different places you can go with this. First of all, I want to congratulate Nadeska. I want to congratulate the homie Nadeska. The interview was dope. She did her 1-2. I'm sure there's gonna be somebody who's got something to say about something she left out or whatever, but you have to understand first things first. Making a self-admitted hermit like Cole comfortable enough to ramble in spots the way he did, to completely not rambling like there was no point, but to completely spill like he did, that's a talent. That's a talent. Shout out to Nadeska. Um, Newer York is her tag, but like she that's the homie, and she's pure professional. Couldn't couldn't think of anybody better to do that interview, with the exception of me, and that's just me being, me. But the Deska absolutely killed it. I don't think I've ever seen J. Cole give out this amount of information in that short of a time. And it was an hour and some change. But he spilled. I'm talking mindset, emotional state of mind, things that were going on around him, what triggered this, what triggered that, and you don't have time to get into every direction. You know what I mean? But homie gave a lot of insight, which is all you can ever ask when you start talking about somebody doing an interview. Hit the likes, hit the subs. Shout out to all the mechanics pulling up in the building. Yeah, dope interview. So shout out to Nadeska for creating that comfort level. I really want people to take a look around and check some of these podcasts out. When you watch some of the podcasts and you see quote unquote interviews, this is what a professional looks like. This is what a professional interview looks like. Right there. That's it. If there's ever any question about why, journalists and people who interview in real life may not hold, some of the podcasters in the highest esteem, is because this is the bar you have to catch, and getting this kind of information out, not cutting him off, like, jumping in and out, but just allowing him the space to spill the way he did. You can't get better than that. So shout out to Nadeska. Push button producer, salute, one of the mechanics. Yeah, but that's my style of interviewing. Like that's how it turns up. Hit the likes, hit the subs, y'all. You pulling up. Shman Mekrashawn, welcome to the session. The garage is now open. One time for all the mechanics. Hit the likes, hit the subs. That's how you show your boy love. Uh, yeah. So first thing I want to do is salute Nadeska. Second thing, one of my other takeaways from the interview is, I'm gonna jump right to it. This could have been the last thing I say, but it's gonna be one of the first. He's not. This isn't the final album. This isn't the final album. The Fall Off, Campbell, what up? Shout out to the UK mechanics in the building. The Fall Off was a title he gave it when he was in a very specific spot, and it was an idea he had when he was feeling a different kind of way than what he feels now. Weird, and then he even tells you he's gonna, like, versus production. He's not staying away. I'll tell you the lesson that I've learned that maybe Cole hasn't picked up yet, or hasn't accepted yet. There is no turning it off. There is no turning it off. He's going to give us more music. He's going to get the itch. He's got to get an idea. He's gonna want to execute it. He's gonna want to see it to fruition, and then he's going to give it to people. He's gonna want to, that's just it. It is what it is. He's going to learn. That's something else he's gonna have to accept. There is no turning off artistry. Even listening to the way he gets inspired, listening to the way the ideas come to him, the titles come to him, the concepts of the albums come to him, the concepts of the songs come to him. I promise you, I promise you, he's got songs right now in a hard drive sitting there that fit a very specific concept that he hasn't even realized yet. He hasn't come up with yet. He hasn't conceptualized the entire thing yet. But there are songs right now sitting there that 100% fit the concept, fit an idea that he hasn't even come up with yet. It's literally just these songs are literally sitting there waiting. He's got he talked about records that come go end up on the project, some end up off the project. You might revisit this one. Now this one fits. It didn't fit before. The direction was going this way. Now it's going back that way. We will take that one off. We'll add this one. It also makes sense as to why it was a double album. My A&R brain says it should never be a double album, but I completely and totally understand why he did it that way, because he got a different direction in the middle of creating it. And that happens. Again, I'm only thinking with my A&R brain. That 100% happens a lot. In the middle of it, it's like, oh man, this is the real idea. Between me and you guys, like I won't even. There are three albums that I'm currently right, and the third one was just came out of nowhere, and now my entire direction, the entire trajectory feels like it may have flipped, and this album, the new one, may end up either being the last one released, or it might actually conceptually feels like it should be the first one, which completely throws off everything I was doing. Again, why do a double album? Because in the middle of the concept, he didn't have to. That's just a choice. That's just a choice. You don't have to do anything. Why do a double album? You don't have to. You could always break it up. He could always put out that first one, and then part two comes out 6 months later, 3 months later, 4 months later, whatever timeline feels right. You don't have to, especially in the ADD generation. However, However, I believe his specific fan base allows him the luxury of doing a double album. I think the kind of ears that he's curated and built up over these years of him just knocking shit out the park, these people, these ears, the heads he has, they check for it, and that's that. A double album is within their capacity to digest. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. But I said this before. I think he gave his fans all that they could handle with this last project, and I think it shows in the fact that it went number one. It's obviously not a problem for them. The people who pushed it to number one, it ain't an issue for them. The double album didn't bother them at all. So yeah, yeah, I know, I know. I've had the pleasure of A&R and wearing my A&R hat in rooms with some pretty outstanding, amazing talent, and you gotta know when to be hands on, when to be hands off, when to kind of put your foot down, kind of steer them in a certain direction. You also got to know what kind of artist you're working with. Some of them you can't just tell them. You have to kind of make them think it was their idea, to kind of show them the direction. But everybody in the room has to trust each other. You can't. No one can think that the other person is doing them dirty or trying to get one over, and no nonsense like that. So Yeah, we're definitely getting more J. Cole music. I don't, the whole retiring thing. He's in a different space now than he was when he came up with the whole fall off concept. And it was, he says it himself, it was his North Star. In his mind, there was always going to be an ending. We are 100% getting more J. Cole music. There's going to be another album after this one. This is going to be one of those terrible retirements that just sounded like a retirement, but not really. We're definitely getting more J. Cole music. And lastly, him addressing the apology. I get it. I don't think it's going to change the minds of not that this is his intention, but his explanation of him apologizing, which really what it was just, it really, it wasn't, he didn't cop please, he didn't, beg anybody to understand him. He just explained his point of view and where he was at the time. And it's really not much that he hasn't said before. If anything, he kind of talked about how he felt in the moment. But I say all that to say that explanation isn't going to save him in the eyes of the people who have already decided he was whack for that. That this won't win those people back. Those people still feel exactly how they feel, and this, I don't see this explanation doing anything to sway those folks off of that hill that they're ready to die on. If you were 50-50, if maybe you just didn't dig it, but you might understand but even understanding why he did it, why he decided to apologize, doesn't mean that you don't you accept it, that you're cool with it. You know what I mean? I get it, but I understand why you did it, but it's almost like hearing that somebody sold crack. It's like, we were starving. There was no food in the house. I had to do something. Like, I understand why you sold crack, but dude, you still sold crack. Like, eh. You know what? Maybe not sold crack, maybe smoked crack. If somebody tried to explain to you why they smoke crack, even if they never smoked crack again, even if they never tried an illicit drug again in life, you'd always kind of look at them like, yeah, but you smoked crack. That you were hitting that pipe before, bro. Like, you know what I mean? If you hear that they tried it once, you always gonna look at them like, I don't know, man. I feel like I think that's the perception of folks who are going to watch this strictly trying to, like, they may fast forward directly to the part where he talks about the Kendrick and Drake situation. They just fly straight to that. And that's the only thing they care about. They just want to hear, all right, so what are we talking about? I can see that long, long way off. And if you went in here, if you went and watched this interview strictly trying to hear him explain why he apologized, you're going to end up disappointed. And in that disappointment, you're definitely not going to let him off the hook. And if you were going to let him off the hook, you probably did it already. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really see this moving anything necessarily, like shifting anybody's perception, but I do think it was dope that he was able to articulate it. I do think it was dope that he was allowed time to stretch his legs and really get the information out for anybody who happens to be interested. Yeah, here's the other thing. I think he should do more interviews. Um, I think Cole should do more interviews because this man is obviously got a lot of pent up shit. Like, but shout out to Nadeska for setting the environment and creating a space where he felt safe enough to just spill everything. But J. Cole definitely act like somebody had him under a gag order, and it just got uh, let up. Like, this man was talking like the rent was due. He for a guy who doesn't who doesn't do a lot of interviews and is shies away from the opportunity to talk. He got one. He ran with it. Like, this is like an hour and some change of him just going ham sandwich. So all the way around, I thought it was really dope. I'm really glad that he gave us something. I'm glad that his fans got some insight. I'm really happy for Nadeska for tearing this up. Like, that was really really dope. The whole thing was fire. Like, that's how it's supposed to be done. And you have to forgive me, but I've been watching nothing but like podcasts and talking heads, and it's refreshing for me to see a journalist doing journalist work, like somebody who really does this, sitting down and dissecting the subject and getting to the heart of the matter. Like, oh, I loved it. I just love to see it. A professional at work. I love to see it. Yeah, that was just fire. Oh, I should have started with this. First of all, hit the likes, hit the subs. That's how you show your boy love. Likes and subs, please. I'm gonna stop the clock real quick and give happy birthday shout out to two folks. One, the homie DJ Premier. Big shout out to a boom bap titan, DJ Premier. Man who was so dope with 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 the original New York sound. Everybody thought he was from New York, and he's absolutely not. And when you find out where he's from, it's the wildest thing ever. I ain't even gonna blow it up in case you don't know, but forever everybody thought Preem was from Brooklyn, and he is so not. Go if you don't know, go check it out. One big huge birthday shout out to DJ Premier, and another big birthday shout out to Large Professor. Happy birthday to a Queens original, Large Professor. Queens get the money. Yeah, see I see it coming up in the chat. The like-minded, y'all know what it is. Yeah, it's very far from Brooklyn. Happy birthday to DJ Premier, and happy birthday to Queens, another mastermind of this thing, Large Pro, mastermind behind so many dope joints. One of the Nas cornerstones to bringing us that. And, main source. If you don't know, go look it up. Some of this dude's beats are just incredible, and they're both fellow Aries, so we looking real good out here. Oh, shout out to Dallas. We got mechanics popping in from. Oh, South Africa is back in the building. Shout out to South Africa. I I love the international and domestic. From Dallas to South Africa. Shout outs are going off all over the place. Hempstead, yeah. Salute Hempstead. Y'all next door neighbors. Queens get the money. Shout out to all my Aries heads. Shout out to Philly. Big love for Philly. And not just for the cheesesteak. Some of the realest individuals you'll ever meet. They either like you or they don't. Philly is like that. So much love in Philly. And the MCs are second to none. Oh, we ain't even gonna get started on Detroit. We not gonna get started on Detroit. I'll be here all day. Y'all birthed Dilla, so good for life. Like if you didn't produce him, if Eminem, if Royce 5'9", if Dilla, salute with both hands. Um, yeah, Extra P is a dope MC. I'm trying to get some beats from him right now for this third project. Um, Preem too. Maybe I should holler at Preem and see what's up. I didn't even think about it, but that's neither here nor there. Listen, shout out to J Cole. Shout out to Nadeska. Good looking at Apple Music for tapping the right person to go get this interview off. Um, yeah, just fire, just fire. I really appreciate the insight. My big takeaways are: one, Cole has been waiting to talk. Just waiting to talk. Two, Nadeska is a pure professional, and that cannot be said enough. She absolutely killed it. And three, we are definitely getting new J. Cole music. That no question. I almost don't give a fuck what he's saying. I hear what he's not saying, and I hear what he's also saying. Music, more music is coming. He's under the. I don't know if he's under the impression that this thing can be turned off or not, but it definitely can't. We're getting more J. Cole music. There's gonna be more albums. I don't know how he's gonna spin it when the time comes. After this interview, if you heard what I heard, you don't even. He don't have to spin it. He's telling you that there's more stuff coming. He's back. He's inspired. He's back in love with it. The fall off is just how he felt when that thing. Yeah, the project. It's a boy. Yeah, he's that whole retirement that was cap and not really cap. Everything is true. Everything you say, unless you dead out lying, everything you say is true until it's not. It was true at the time. He meant it at the time. The fall off being his final, he meant it at the time. It's not true anymore. The fall off, retirement, not yeah, it sounded good then. It's not good now. It's cap now, but it wasn't. It's not really lying. He's just added change of heart. But I don't believe artists ever turn it off. I don't believe creatives ever hit an off switch and all right, that's that. If that was the case, I wouldn't be like if you could just cut it off and do something else, you'd be doing something else. But it doesn't cut off. It doesn't stop. Yeah, the climb back is Cole. If you happen to watch this, Elijah Earl just gave you the title. The climb back coming soon. That's it. Shout out to the mechanics in the building. That was fire. The climb back. That's all you, Cole. Just make sure you hit Elijah off with 10%. I'm negotiating the contract. We need 10% for the title. But he's already. I promise you, the music's already there for what he's planning on doing next. It's and what he's planning on doing next is not walking off into the not I. It's not a matter of not listening to the off season. I'm hearing what he's talking about. Like I listen. I don't base too much on what was said previous to now. Like I understand that things change. Yes, whatever he's people say all kinds of stuff on certain albums, and then we never get those albums. Like or that stuff never happens and never come, and we never understand why. Like we detox may never happen. You dig what I'm saying? Like for the longest time, people thought the Nas and Primo album, premiere album, was gonna be a myth. Like I don't listen to what they said before. I'm listening to what you say now. And yes, he indicated certain things on other albums. But I'm in the current. I'm listening to what's happening right this very second. And from what I'm hearing now, all that retirement, yeah, I was the first one to be like, "Oh, what about what you said on?" Yeah, but he said that then. Now he's telling you this is his final album, and then you listen to this interview and you hear that really isn't his final album. And it's not that I ever really believed it, but I'm listening to it now. So I hear where you coming from, bro. But like, chill out. Like I'm talking. I'm keeping track of where we at right at this very second. So all that to say, we're definitely getting new music. Shout out to Nadeska for killing the interview. Um, the insight was dope. If you came here trying to, he's not gonna sway anybody who did not like that that he backed out of the battle and apologized. There's no information given here that's gonna make you feel different about that. But I think the upside is we're getting more music. That's my reaction to it. Let's head down into the comments and get this conversation going. Shout out to all the mechanics tapping in from all over the globe. Again, happy birthday, Premier. Happy birthday, Large Pro. Happy belated to Bun B. Happy birthday, Spike Lee. The Aries, it's Aries season. It's Aries season. Next week, I'm going all gold hoodies, all yellow. I'm gonna do that for the whole week. It's spring. We here, so time to get these spring colors. Um, but that's the end of that for this session. Uh, Hang up your coveralls, hang up your tool belt. Let's get this car off the rack and see where we at. Again, hit the likes, hit the subs. That's how you show your boy love. The channel is definitely doing great. A lot of good announcements coming soon. But in the comments, I want to talk about this. As soon as I cut this off and this uploads, I'm going straight to the comments. I want to have this conversation. For anybody who watched it, tell me what you thought. If you haven't seen it yet, tell me what you expect. I'm really curious to know what, or not even if it's not what you expect, what you're hoping to see from it. It's an hour and 13 minutes long. So tell me what you're expecting to see, and let's talk about it in the comment section. I will see you guys on Monday. I'm going to get something to eat, watch some mixed martial arts, and then I'm coming right. But I'm gonna be in the comment section the entire time. So I'll see y'all in a minute, and see you again on Monday, 5 p.m. The garage will be open. Until then, the garage is officially closed. Let's get to it. All right. See y'all in the comments. Peace.